And we are live. Welcome, everybody. My name is Trent, aka TD. This is the first TD TBT Thursday. I have Burst of Energy, the absolute legend wax god is my first guest. Burst, how are you doing, my friend?
Good, man. Glad to be here. Pretty hyped for this show, and I was pretty honored that you reached out to me first, man. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, I was doing my homework on Wax OGs, and I couldn't find a better first guest to ask, man. So tell me, I think I looked at, I did a little homework on you just tonight or today, and I see what your atomic hub birth date is, and that is the 19th of March, 2020. Were you in wax before that?
No. So my wax adventure. I'm a collector in real life, video games, pins. You name it. I've got a few things. I've trimmed that down coming to the NFT space. It's funny because you do appreciate those things, and then you come into the NFT space and you're like, fuck. All this shit behind me or on my walls is just collecting dust. And really, every time I move or do something, I got to take care of it. You got to make sure of it. The upkeep cost on NFTs is nothing, right? You just got to take care and repair your shit, right? So, I'm making that transition in my life as well. But COVID came, and just before, when COVID came, I got an email about garbage pail kids. And I was like, I know what garbage pail kids are.
Right.
I go look at it and it says, well, it's attached to a token. You can trade it. They're showing all these graphs. And my landlord at the time, he's a good friend of mine. He mines Bitcoin. And I know that, right? So I've talked to him a lot about it. I was kind of in the loop with it. I just never really got into it because I was a pipe fitter by trade. So when I work, I'd go up to the oil fields and stuff like that and work 28 days straight and get 2 days off, maybe, and go right back for another 28. I was doing that for like 8-9 years. It's good money, but it's not good on the psyche. I wasn't happy.
Right.
So he goes, this looks like trash. This looks like trash is what he says, right? He's a Bitcoin maximalist. He goes, this looks like trash. And then 10-20 days later, he texts me and goes, did you pick up any of those garbage pail kid packs? I grabbed a bunch this morning. I'm like, you fucker. So I just went over to that thing, set up my account, and jumped on and grabbed some cards. And then, I think it was the best time to kind of network because COVID just hit, right? Everybody's getting locked down. And me and my group, we really like to go out and dance. We really like to hang out and chill with each other. I've got a good support group of friends around me. So I brought them all in. I brought them all in, and none of us have looked back, and we just really enjoy it. And I think that's a big thing here is when people who are good with either money or good with community or, just good at something, and they take pride in it, they're usually a good person to have in this space. So I guess my biggest advice to that is bring as many people as you can over to wax in your personal life, because not only is it easier on you, it's easier to manage a community. Like you could casually be out having a drink with them or having a coffee or having some food. And then NFT talk comes up. And I think the most critical and, the most things that should get capitalized on or done are done at these conversations, especially when it's face-to-face. I guarantee you probably get better results when you're doing face-to-face conversations about this rather than over the text.
That's a good question. I don't know. That's a great question. I'm not going to lie to you. I think I might have. Well, it's easier to explain things and pantomime things and adjust your tone.
Yeah.
In speech. Yeah,
I just feel like I'm getting half the conversation when I'm missing facial expressions. I don't know. I feel very intuitive.
Like, you're lost. Person. You're completely lost. Right. Let me start over.
No, but that's the thing. I feel like I'm fairly intuitive as a person, and you can read a person's body language, I think, easier than their tone, and
Agreed.
That's just how I feel. So some people might be different.
Yeah. So I want to take a little stroll down memory lane, if you don't mind. And I'm going to pull up. So I didn't verify what your first NFT was, but I did sort by transferred oldest and atomic hub. So let's take a look here. This is a Dawkins jersey. I was trying to think of what would most be representative of Trent TD, and it's an Eagles jersey.
I should have did it. I know you're a sports guy, and I got a Antetokounmpo and I've got a Wiggins jersey as well. I was gonna wear one of them, but I should have.
Nice.
Yeah. I've also got all my hockey jerseys. Got a few of those, couple Kings jerseys and stuff like that. My first NFTs would probably be the garbage pail ones, because those were on collectibles.io. Yeah, I think it was collectibles.io. That was one of the first marketplaces on top of what's that other shitty one where you can get all the colo blocks. Simple Market.
Yep.
Yeah. So Tops was my first one. Actually, that dope stickers one was one of my first gifts from somebody. Somebody gave me that.
Right. Yeah. Mine was my first was a gift also.
Yeah. So that was my first gift.
Boy, yeah.
That one. From Mr. Q and ZQU.
Yeah. 819. That's awesome. Yeah. And so tell me about the garbage pail kids. You just wailed in and never looked back.
So you want to hear a funny story? Me and Reed were
Absolutely.
just fucking. So Reed's my second in command, or one of my really good friends over in the group. He's probably the atomic whale. Not gonna lie, he's got bigger balls than me. He made way bigger moves than me. But it's funny. We were sitting there, and NFT Hive was just starting up, and they were working on things like mint score and stuff like that. But I heard they weren't able to implement this all the way because of some analytic issues, and it just wasn't reading the numbers properly. But at first, there was like a mint score leaderboard. I guess you could see it over on CryptoSlam. CryptoSlam is really good for set scores. So basically, they take the max mint count of the card, give you a set score based off where your mint is, and give you points, yada, yada. So anyways, we're looking at this leaderboard, and we're collecting because we just figured out about mints. Just figured out, and we're just learning how to read it. It wasn't as easy to read it. It wasn't on the card. You'd have to like go into the details and see what the serial number was, and then move around. Yeah. So we had like a mint score of like 1.72. And we're like, we're fucking balling, dude. Like, look at us. We're in the top 30, man. And then like literally 6 months later, there's guys with like hundreds of mint score with the score. And I'm like, holy fuck, man. We thought we were bosses with a score of 1.7, man. Look at these guys. They're at 100. So that was like a big realization to us that we need to take a step back from these stats and actually really understand them.
That's great. You know what? Let me pull up the Simple Assets website.
There's Rito in the crowd.
Yeah. So I remember this. I've used the site specifically for our planet fungibles, as I think most people did at one point. And in Colo Blocks, I guess when you first started, right?
Yeah, and Colo Blocks started free, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken. Yeah. So yeah, I could see why a lot of people were over there for the Colo block for sure.
Yeah. What about Shatner? Were you like that was pretty
I made good money on Shatner. I can't complain. I made good money on Shatner. Not like crazy money, but
Nice.
it was, you know, so I kind of learned my lesson when I went and got into GPK, the Tiger King. Because I don't know what you guys don't know, but like back then, Pranksy left the Wax team because of that drop. Because of that Tiger King GPK drop, he left the Wax team because he found that they were doing some backdoor trading and holding and shit like that, right? So, you know, I think that's when the first awareness came, like, you better shut this shit down. People are going to notice this shit. And it started to teeter back a little bit. But we kind of learned our lesson when we ripped all our packs, and then everything just started losing its value. And I'm like, you know what I'm going to do with this Shatner? I'm going to try just to buy packs and flip them, you know, not rip them. And that worked out pretty well. I don't think I like astronomically went past what I paid, but it was like 3 or 4x on the packs. And I'm like, perfect, man. You know, like that's my biggest advice for new people too, is if the project is good or okay, closed packs are safe money. The moment you open your pack, that's your gamble, right? Like, and if you want to be safe here, keep your packs closed. Don't gamble, because then you're going to come back in the chat and just say, I pulled 6 commons out of that pack, and I'm going to laugh at you. Not that the fact that you didn't hit. I'm just going to laugh that 6 commons came out of the pack, because that happens. And you're supposed to laugh at those things. I would expect anybody else to laugh at me when I get 6 commons in a pack, you know? So it's just, you know, you got to be extra careful with that stuff. But yeah, so we just learned our lesson. Shatner was cool. You want some tidbits. So Shatner's like main community guy who knows Shatner personally, there was a little war between Shatner and Blockchain Heroes and Crypto Twerps because Crypto Twerps wanted a Shatner card, and Shatner didn't like the card because it's like him shitting all over the galaxy. I think he's like laying down and there's like a puke galaxy Milky Trail or whatever. He didn't like it. So which is fair. You know, he's an old man. Right. He probably doesn't like that. But little do the Blockchain Hero guys know is that this guy's sitting in their chat and watching Blockchain Heroes bash the shit out of William Shatner, you know, and then they go into William Shatner and try to butter him up. And I remember being in that chat and the guy's like, you know what? I've seen everything you guys say in BCH, so don't even try it. And I think that's the first brand that just told him, hey, eat shit. We're watching you guys. Like, you know, so that's when all this weird shit was starting to transpire, and it was a lot easier to be hidden back then because we only had like one project every 3 weeks for a drop, really. And outside of that, you'd see like the odd single NFT from a collection, and it was always a mid spree too. That was the big issue back then.
Oh, dude, yeah, man.
Whoever's first, right? Whoever's first gets the best mint. And I don't know how many teams. And they got away with it. Told us the whole contract's pre-mint, and then we go to rip it, and it's not. You know, and that's it. Yeah. So that happened with Deadmau5 2. And if you think about how late that was into the time, this happened oodles of times before.
Yeah, I remember Deadmau5.
So Deadmau5 2, I ripped the first fucking pack. I got like 96 mint ones, man. So I'm like, what the you know, and I could fucking go and say like not say a fucking word, but I'm pissed as a collector because I like, you know, people having value to their cards. And I'm like, well, all my mint ones just went to shit because I've got them all. Nobody's right. Shit, right. So, man, that drove me nuts. The same thing happened with MLB. I don't know if you've ever heard this story.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. I can tell you stories for days about that drop. I mean, just the main one being, can you remember how bad Stripe was back then? Yeah. So I was trying to get 10, which was my max of the big packs. It was $1,000, and I'm trying to swipe and get them, and that fails. And I did that enough times to put every dollar that I had in my bank on a hold. So I must have been like 8 or 9 times, and I don't have any packs yet. And so I go to what do I do, right? Like,
so you don't want to buy on the secondary too, because you're like, am I getting more? Like, am I getting packs here? What's going on?
Yeah, dude. So luckily, I got my girlfriend at the time to give me her card, and it went through magically. But I was getting ready to drain her account too. Fuck it, you know. Well,
the thing that drove me nuts over there is like, no shade at the Wax team, because the Wax team, I'm getting along with more people over there in my community. Do know, like, me and the Wax team were a little bit falling out because I felt like they didn't care for the place. That's a long story for its own. But what drove me nuts is I dropped about, I think, 160,000 wax on the secondary marketplace on nothing but packs. I just went in and just went packs after packs after packs after packs. Then I go into their room and I say, hey guys, so the contracts are written like it says. I won't have to worry about all the legendaries being pulled, all the 1/1s being pulled. And they're like, Marty goes and says, no, you can go right to bed. You're good. You can get up tomorrow and rip your packs when you want. I'm like, awesome. So I go to bed. I get up. They're all fucking pulled at 37% of the pack rippage. So I'm like, you fucking assholes. I lost a lot of money on that. You know, like,
yeah, that article went out. Like, I feel like right away. And the irony of it was, if I'm not mistaken, didn't the Top Shot CEO like have some public bad things to say about the Tops? Do you remember that?
I believe it. I believe it. This is what Pranksy said. This is what Pranksy was saying. The Tops team is shady as fuck. That's what Pranksy was saying, pretty much, included by some of the Wax team. But this is like 3 years ago. I know there's been a lot of changes up high on both companies. So just, you guys take this with a grain of salt, as this was 2 years ago. But just take it with a grain of salt, guys. Don't run over there and say, Burst just said this. I know they've been trimming some people from the top on these companies, but I don't know them.
I remember that article going out about the mints just being completely off, like all of the good stuff gone. I don't know if you remember that. I can go back on my Twitter and find
that's why I was pissed. I was pissed because, like, if you're going to tell me the contracts are able to pull the way they're supposed to pull, well, that's we're paying money. You know what I mean? I'm not going to
Right.
go and rip a Pokemon pack and then all of a sudden it's going to be 6, 7, 8 vanillas in there. There's a system in place because that system in place is all around rarity, you know. And I guess it's a good point to touch on too, is I think the thing that's driving me nuts right now is you've got a lot of like the 2016, 2017, 2018 crypto influencers,
Right.
and they are just going tits in on every chain, on everything and anything, and just putting their face on it and just saying this fucking product rocks and blah, blah, blah. With me, I understand the amount of work that it takes to be on Wax. And the moment I take my eyes off Wax, I'm 10 steps behind. So if you're sitting here and vetting 1,000 different things on 20 different chains, you're telling me that you're in there studying this? Like, you know what I mean? Like, no offense, but fuck BitBoy Crypto. Fuck that guy. Fuck fucking Stash. Fuck fucking Bosack. That's the way I feel about those guys. Like, really, build a community. They skip the first half of a project. And that is building a community. It is one of the hardest things to do in any crypto project, building a valid, legit community. And they just skip that and use their name to sell shit. I can't believe it. Like Bitverse, it still doesn't have staking. And they told us back in March when they dropped their shit, it was coming in a couple of months. Steady's over on Starship. And Steady's over on YouTube feeding us with garbage about his new shit. And it just drives me fucking nuts, man. Just, it's not good for this place. But there is a sort of a good thing in there. And the sort of good thing is getting eyes on this place. But the thing that scares me is I don't know how many eyes we've scared away, how many good eyes we've scared away. And I know there's a lot of people in my community that don't come in and chat anymore because they feel like they've been just completely rinsed by Wax in general. And, you know, as a community leader, I just feel like, you know, that's a little bit on me too, because I got to take care of my guys as much as I can. I made some bad calls last year. I did. One of them was fucking OneSys, man. Those guys are fucking dog shit too. But
yeah, you know what? I saw a tweet that you had posted in like recently in the last month or so. And part of my homework. So I found, actually, let me go ahead and share it. I hope this isn't embarrassing. I'm going to share an old video. Hold on. Do we have?
Strong language, adult themes, and for adult audience. The following streams are not financial advice. I suggest that you do your own research buying and selling NFTs.
Yeah, dude.
Look, awesome. There's the squad. Pause that.
There's
the fucking
so
squad.
Who do we have here?
So there's myself, there's Daifu. Daifu has been around. Actually, Daifu was another person. So it's funny. So I guess Daifu would be my landlord's Rito, because my landlord and me came in at the same time. My landlord brought Daifu over. I brought Rito over. And then we got Dr. Poon and we got DevBot and Mass. You can't see him right now. I've known Mass since I was 10 years old.
Wow.
I needed an emergency plane ticket out of BC for my junior men football because I was sleeping on a floor delivering pizzas, playing football for them. And it's junior men in Canada. It doesn't go far. And no questions asked. He fucking bought me a ticket and flew me back home. So I love that guy to death. Kaiser, he's one of the first guys I met on Wax. He's been legit. He supports a lot of projects. Rex, that kid can fucking dance better than me. And I'm a fucking good dancer. That's my dancing OG. We head out to the club lots and spin up shapes. And Floyd is another good buddy as well that I met through Rito and the guys. And he works for Dark Galaxies actually right now as their community manager, which I really think is a good thing because he's been collecting and buying and he knows the backstories to Wax. And I think every community manager should be that. So all those boys on the screen, I love them. I love them to death. They're good shit.
Oh, yeah. And this was, I believe this was August, right? This is dated.
Yeah, I do love those guys. They're good shit.
Yeah. So let me read some comments here from our audience. So Alcy says AMC is doing this weird thing, like they dropped Spider-Man on Wax and their AMT investor NFT. Then they dropped Batman on Palm, Moonfall on Autograph, Top Gun on, I don't even know what Recur is.
Nah, neither do I.
And now Jurassic Park on VV. Wow.
That's a fucking mess. And that is a broken platform if they're doing that stuff. There's zero community behind that.
Yeah. That's some uninformed person telling some other uninformed person, go check out this blockchain stuff and see how we can get in NFTs.
Yeah.
And it's just random people who don't know anything.
Yeah, that's pretty wild, man. Sounds like big blockchain heroes, because they're doing something with Sylvester Stallone right now, and I thought they wrote up an article for us and said they're rolling over. We can't do it anymore.
Yeah, blocked there. They're another one. I think we have fun commiserating with each other. At least that's my history with you. Just like complaining, like we don't like the same things. So that's how I know.
Yeah,
we
got a fuck Joel sticker in our chat. We got a fuck Joel sticker in our chat. You can throw that up all you want. We also got a green granny sticker too.
Yeah. So let's see. Buzz King says the problem is they don't know which to stick with, and experimenting with different platforms and blockchains. I don't think they want to be stuck on one blockchain from a business perspective. That's a good analysis. What do you think of that?
I agree with that from a higher up handling your money standpoint. I do, but it's a different beast over here in the crypto world. And the thing is, if you don't want to fucking put in the work, then fucking eat shit. You know, that's just the way I look at it. We're making sacrifices. I don't think Walmart can come in without zero sacrifices and say that you're going to buy all our shit now and like what we put in front of you. I think a lot of business platforms are trying to do that. And then again, that brings me to that comment with you just earlier before the stream. I truly believe that Twitch is a stronger tool than Discord, than Telegram, than Twitter. I really do. I've got a valid source of viewers that just come day in and day out. You guys do too. You know, and those are the ones that matter. Those are the ones that matter. Not the ones that are talking to me in the chat all the time. Not the ones that are hitting me on Twitter all the time. It's the guys that come to your streams and watch you, because those guys are the ones that are talking in the chats. It's the guys that come and watch you. Hey, there's the green gratty sticker.
I don't know that I've seen that. That's hilarious. Oh boy. All right, moving on. So tell me, towards the end of 2020 and going into 2021, right? So that, if I'm not mistaken, that's when NFTs really started to pick up steam. So at least that's the way I remember it. And I know by at least March of 2021, like we were probably in the Top Shot pinnacle. I don't know if you were.
No, it's funny because
nuts, like it was insane.
The landlord of the group, his name's Chuck. He does some stuff for me. It's funny because he went and said to us during that time, because we were just going wax. There was 5 of us in the group: me, Shane, Reed, him, Nick, and the 4 of us were all doing wax. And Chuck goes, "Man, I'm over here on Flow. You guys are trading fucking pop cans." Pop cans is what he was saying to us. And then where August came around, September, I was like, so how about those pop cans, Chuck? And he's like, fuck you guys. And he was too busy over on another chain. But that was a big blow up then when Flow was going off the chain there for sure.
Yeah, man. How did you do through, I guess, all of that peaking? Were you involved in? Is it always just been
I'm going to be honest with you. So I'm going to be completely honest with you. People know I do not like the Blue Wizard. That's kind of when it started.
Oh man, we didn't even. Shit, I forgot about him.
Yeah, so
he's come back recently. I think I get
you got Chronoverse in there, just fucking. We got him all over the Our Planet chat, just in there lifting and licking. But no, like this is the thing. So the Blue Wizard came to wax. He had the name Circle Society. You can go up on the internet and find the biggest Ponzi Circle Society. It's funny. It's weird. Right. He was rocking the name Circle Society in the chats for a while, and then he eventually turned it to the Blue Wizard. But all the influencers in there were, you know, those. Have you seen those TikToks right now where the little girl, not the little girl, the girl is singing and she goes, "Hey," and then she blinks and they go pink and purple in their eyes. Have you seen those? Have you seen those? Yeah. The girl looks like she's mesmerized. Anyways, that's how the fucking space is right now. And there's actually a really cool project that's coming out with a kind of NFT of what I just explained, and I really want it as a tattoo. I'll show you it when I can. I'm going to be getting more NFT tattoos eventually here soon. But anyways, so this guy took his stolen Bitcoin and started pumping it into wax. Okay.
Yeah,
and
man.
Eventually we found out that if you send him a package, he might buy it. So in our group, we just kept making up packages and DM, buy this shit. he cleared out some of my stupidest fucking NFTs for six
Ah,
figures, man. And I'm like,
that's
perfect,
amazing.
thank you. Right. So he helped me. But outside of that, what he was doing, and we didn't see it right away, but outside of that, what he was doing was trying to build a complete Ponzi toxic community within Wax. And
Yeah,
it
man.
just started getting really bad. You'd go into a room and you'd have Bitcoin heroes or blockchain heroes. Joel, I remember somebody went in and questioned the Blue Wizard about his Wiz token. And Joel goes and says, you never question the Blue Wizard, and put the guy in timeout. And it's like, are you fucking kidding me, dude?
Yeah, dude, and everybody was like they were making like you can still see how many Blue Wizard NFTs there are on Wax.
Oh
and Dark.
man, was that
Uh,
the biggest, greasiest thing to do? And no offense, I seen like, and I say this all the time. Everybody says the crypto monkeys are great. They give away free NFTs. I bet they are, and I know they're putting in a lot of work. But they are on the list of people that went and noticed that the Blue Wizard was buying Blue Wizard NFTs. So we'd have every day, we would have a different brand, fuck their whole community, and just drop a Blue Wizard NFT. Let's see if he buys it. Let's see if he buys it.
Yeah,
And eventually
man.
he stopped that. He did. So there was a couple brands that did that, didn't get shit. So it's like, well, what are you going to do around this Blue Wizard NFT? So it's a balance. I think that it got some good people Wax, but it got a lot of shitheads Wax. And I think it just depends on who did what with their Wax. Because I pumped it all back in. I've never taken my Wax out. I pumped my Wax back into the market. But I'm going to be completely honest. I'm lucky I went and bought a bunch of Alien Worlds lands. That's the reason I'm able to fuck in this space. Come on, let's be real. Like Reed, when he was up north, he'd text me and go, I just bought another land. I just bought another land. I just bought another land. I'm like, what are you fucking doing? He's got like 48 lands or something like that on Alien Worlds. Just ridiculous. So that's 48 times 70 TLM a day. That's what he's making right now off that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got 13. And here's a funny story. So I was buying packs up. I think I bought up 6 land packs, 7 land packs. They were a bit more above price. They were, I think, about $150. Bought 6 or 7. I ripped 6. Common. And I'm just like, fuck. And I got one more pack. And, you're just stressing. I'm like, fuck it. I'm going to rip my last pack. A good thing I fucking did, because it was one of the legendary lands.
What?
So, yeah, that's probably my best fucking asset for sure. I've got it listed for 11 million Wax. Somebody want to buy it? No. But I'm not selling it. If somebody buys it for 11 million Wax, sure, why not? You're crazy. But
Right.
That's
So that
the
was
thing.
the Dutch auction.
That worked great. That
Alien
worked great.
World, right?
Yeah, that worked great. The Dutch auction. I did buy, I believe, 3 pieces then. They were $50 a pop, but I waited till they got down to the bottom there. And it was great. I'm not going to say any names, but there is one at Tommy King that did sell one of his lands for like $50 when we fucking told him not to.
Oh boy,
told him not to. You could actually probably go to the lowest sales for lands and see it. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, so I remember I was in the bottom slot, which I think it was maybe like $18, maybe something like that. I think the one right above it was like 26. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
And we were just watching it go and go and go, and like that's what I learned what FOMO was, because it's like, these are going too fast, and I'm like working out crazy little math equations to see at the current rate will they expire before, and yeah, I had to jump. I only bought one, which I super regret, because I remember later, I think that was like around Christmas time of 2020, right? Yeah. And like by January or February, I remember like looking on Atomic Hub, and they were like 260 USD, and it's like, that's ridiculous. Like, I'm not paying,
of course,
10X.
yeah.
I'm not paying 10X for it.
On the NFTs aren't that pretty, right? The NFTs are not that pretty. They're nice, but they're not that pretty. So you're looking at this going, oh, that's $260. That's ridiculous. And then what? A month later, they're all $5,000 lowest price. Month or two later.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that Binance, the trip was wild. You remember Alcor being shut down with TLM for like those 3 days, and then just like looking at them like, is this real?
I was sitting in bed, and he was like, we just got listed on Binance with TLM. It goes up in 3 days. I'm like, what? And he goes, like, we're thinking it's going to be 3 to 1. It was 5 to 1 out the gate.
Wow.
And,
yeah.
yeah. So I had about 175,000 TLM at that time. You can guess I probably cashed out 130 over the time. Over the time I did, but I reinvested it right away. I flipped it and reinvested it right away. And that's the thing, when you go to like crypto taxes and stuff like that in the NFT space, it's like they have zero fucking idea that I just took this profit and spinned it right into another profit. So why even tax me on something when I just took the value and put it over on the NFT? It should be when I do sell this NFT later that you can, which the final transaction when I take it to my fucking bank, you assholes. The thing is, we're making moves in here because we have to. We have to make these moves. And if you're an investor like me, you're flipping your finance right away over. There's no 6 days to let this climb and then I'm going to make this move. It's usually within 24 to 48 hours that I'm making a flip. And that's kind of what I did with the Alien Worlds land too. So I was watching the price of the land going up. I forget how it was going anyways. So I went and said, I was just looking at the market. Bear with me. I'm trying to say this right to you. But I sold a common land. And because of how I was watching the market, I was able to sell that common land and then flip over and grab a rare land the next day. Just because, so it was better for me the next day. But that's kind of the moves those were my final moves on there. Now I haven't looked at getting a land. But there's a shout out to Slice and Black Fang and No Thanks Pal. Those are 3 guys in the community that took their Farmers World gains and they flipped it over and bought a Alien Worlds land. I think those were the smartest moves in our group during the end of the bull run there towards this bear. I was always telling the guys, hey, take the time, sit down, see what it's going to do, and see if you can make your money back. And they all agreed that they could in some sort of time. They gave you the low spectrum and the high spectrum, and they all went and bought some land. And so I just think you guys got to find those safe investments. And if you believe in the game, land is a safe bet if you're getting paid on the game's token. Now, a lot of these games tokens are not ready to take off, and I don't think a lot of them will be ready for some time. But I think a lot of people are blind to the fact that I feel like a lot of wax game tokens are going to be the tits come next year, summer. I feel like there's going to be a few that'll be way up there, and like you're going to look back and go, why the fuck did I dump it for 0.1 and shit? Like guys dumping Brawl right now, it blows me away. Like I don't think Brawl's going to be Wax's best game, but I think it'll be a good game. I just think that, Wax will come eventually and make a better game. That's just how evolution works. But I really don't think anybody should be dumping their Brawl for 0.1. Like, come on, guys. That's the floor in a game that's not even developed outside of 10%.
Yeah, man.
So, yeah, it blows me away. And then another thing, guys, quit fucking swapping for Wax. Just go to fucking Alcor and do it on the market. Because when you swap and take the Wax out of their shit, it just fucks everything. It just drives me nuts. Like, I try not to swap. I don't know about you there, TD. Do you swap much? Or do you go put in buy and sell orders? Yeah, he's guilty. Okay, guys, just for projects you really like, guys, try to keep swap as your last option. I know you need to cash out and get some Wax sometimes. Try to keep swap as your last option. It's tough. It's tough.
Yeah, and you know what? I never thought of it, and like it's so, like I'm so careless about it. Like I just do it because I feel like it's faster. Like that's like I go to Alcor. That's the first page. Let's just get this over with, and never even compared. Like if the number isn't red, like I'll even do yellow. I don't care. Like let's just go and move. Yeah, I need to be better about that. I never really thought about that.
Yeah, but
at all.
You're right though. It is faster, and it is funny because like I despise the R Planet team because they've changed 100,000 different fucking things over there. But somebody we rated somebody. He's like, go check out Burst of Energy, and I guess he has it set up so the clips show up, and the clip was me dumping eighth. And he goes, I fucking love dumping eighth, and I'm just like swapping it, and I'm going, and I'm like, oh, for fuck's sakes, who clipped that and made that the clip? Like, you fucking guys. It's probably Least Comic. I don't know if you deal with him much, but he's a nice troll.
Yeah, dude. We love Least Comic.
Funny. Yeah, he's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, we could probably talk for an hour on Our Planet alone.
We're not going to change the rigs. We are going to change the rigs like 6 months later. Like, fuck.
Yeah. What a ride that was, and I don't know what you were like the USD equivalent, but I distinctly remember after I hit a mythic flag, I had it calculated out. I got like 500 thousand USD per year is like what I was pulling down in ether, and it was wild. It didn't last very long, but for those 30 days or whatever it was, man, I was able to reinvest quite a bit into wrong stuff. But it's, I think Uplift was a big investment back then.
Oh man, and that drives me nuts because we've got things like loot box popping up. We've got Uplift and all this shit. And it's like, well, once Microsoft catches wind of your Minecraft game, they're going to shut you down. Once Sandbox catches wind of this loot box, they're going to shut you down. I don't know. I think it's really lazy to reskin shit. And if you don't change the skins 100%, then you look really lazy. But if you reskin something and change it, all the sprites up, the images and all that stuff, I can get behind that. But it just blows me away because you're throwing money at Minecraft essentially, and they don't know what wax is yet. Microsoft doesn't know what wax is. Have you heard Bill Gates talk about NFTs yesterday? He's so afraid that we're going to go in and steal all his microtransactions that it's probably going to happen. I don't know if you've seen the Bill Gates article yesterday.
No, I didn't. Man, what
really
is wrong
NFTs.
with these billionaires? Why can they please just shut up and leave crypto alone? Fuck, man.
It's because they like their microtransactions that are set up and pay their bills, right? Like those are the biggest money makers in video games, skins and stuff like that.
Yeah, Alcy didn't. I'm sorry, Burst. Didn't. Isn't this the second one who say worthless? Like I didn't see Gates say it, but didn't Buffett say it like a month ago?
Yep. And like I get it. Kevin Leary was making fun of the Bored Apes, and like I'd make fun of the Bored Apes too. That's just a PFP picture and they're building up fucking VIP parties and shit like that. That's not utility I want. I could give two fucks if I'm going to go hang out with my friends, have some Ritzy crackers and some wine, some cheese. We're all going to be in bathrobes looking at each other's feet and going, hey, check out my Bored Ape. Like I get that argument. But if you're going to go beyond that and not look outside of the fact that there's games, there's land, there's cosmetics, there's effects, stuff like that, those things go far because there's guys paying thousands of dollars on fucking Spider-Man for Fortnite. You know what I mean? So like the thing is, it's just digitally registered to me here. And that's what I like. Or I think he was talking about PFP NFTs. Totally. No, that's what I think. I don't think Kevin O'Leary was doing that because I know O'Leary went and said he likes NFTs last year. I know he said that, but he was making fun of the Bored Apes yesterday.
Yeah, man. I wish they would just adopt and stop pushing back with their, like I feel like it's just like old money doesn't want any of this.
They're lazy. Lazy. They have
like
a platform.
We don't want this new money over with us. Stay over there.
Yeah, they're lazy. It's we just keep fucking grinding, man. It's gonna come around, and I have full faith in the wax space long term. It's if I'm always down for second chances if people have made mistakes without knowing, especially newbies. But like if there's history on you on the internet of like some real bad shit, then I'm going to stay away from your project. No offense, nothing against your project. It's just that's a principle thing. But like, it's something that we just need to be extra mindful of in this space is just, like I said before, taking care of each other, looking out for each other, and speak your mind. People can tell me right to my face they don't like me. That doesn't mean I'm not going to like you. I just
yeah, you definitely do that. Somebody said something in the chat here, something about like hearing the truth from you and from us, and ironically I think that TBT could be truth be told also, right? Instead of Throwback Thursday. Let's get it on, right?
Yeah, and like I'm not here to make friends. That's what I mean. Like like that's the thing. Like I got enough friends around here. It's not saying like I don't need friends. That's just not why I signed up to join to wax. Like if I need to go socialize and make friends, I can go do that. But like I'm here to run a business. I'm here to run a community. I think I'm a big believer of leadership is something that is learned and not given.
Sure.
So and that's a big problem in the real work industry that we have in the world today. Nepotism is one of the biggest things in industry that is just a big pain in the ass. And just because your buddy's cousin or buddy's nephew, you're going to get the fucking job. And it's like, well, has this guy ever learned leadership skills? And I played a lot of organized sports when I was a kid, a lot of basketball, a lot of rugby, a lot of football. Couldn't afford hockey. I'm from a very poor family, Kraft dinner and tuna sandwiches and tomato soup and stuff like, you know what I mean? So anyways, when I played football for 16 seasons.
Sorry, just really quick. What geographic area?
I am in central Western Canada, right next to the Rockies in Alberta.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
Thanks.
that's Alberta. It's call it mini Texas, let's say. But so I played about 16 seasons of football, and if I could go back, I probably wouldn't play. It's not that good on my body long term. But I'm going to the leadership thing here, and when I was in grade 11, I was captain of the grade 12s. And when I was in grade 12, I was a captain as well. Again, I played middle linebacker and outside linebacker in high school. So lots of hitting, lots of stuff like that. But I really learned the value of leadership there, you know, in those positions in my life.
Hell yeah.
And the shitty opportunity there is I'm just talking about the general population is, okay, so we've got 6 or 7 organized teams in school. Well, then only 6 to maybe, let's double it. Let's say 14 people are actually learning leadership skills in the school curriculum. What about the rest of the kids? There's no opportunities in there to learn leadership at all. And it's like one of those things like finances, changing a tire. I think leadership should be put up there. Sex use, drug use, stuff like that should all be educated better to our society, but it's just not. And we're in this big pickle today as a society where we're fighting on the left, we're fighting on the right, because we don't know how to implement these things or handle or put them into effect. Again, back to the leadership thing. So you're seeing that a lot in this space, that a lot of people should just not be fucking leaders. And it is a very tough trait, and it is a very tough trait to learn. Anybody can learn it. But again, it goes back. It's fucking learned. It's not given. You know, you learn that shit.
Right. You know what? I was just talking with, I believe, Neon Space about that very thing and projects. And we were discussing, I don't want to mention the project just because I didn't have all conversations I needed to have yet, but there was some bad history and with this particular project. And what that history said to me was that this founder, the CEO, is a child. Like, that's the bottom line. Like, they're super immature, don't know how to handle themselves in a professional environment. And it's like, you know, I give my kids cash money, but only so much, because I know that they're going to do something stupid with it.
Right.
And so, you know,
you'd like to give them 50, but you're going to give them 10.
I'm not going to give a random child money. You're out of your mind. Like, you know, so that's kind of, I feel like that's maybe where you're going with that, if I'm understanding.
100%, man, 100%. And like, I've had nothing but shit leaders in oil and gas, and it's all because they never learned how to proper leadership skills. They just knew how to lick the boss's ass. And it's so toxic in the industry. It's essentially in all industries, most of the heavy industries I've worked in, they're getting paid more for guys on the floor, not for the job getting finished. Right. So here's the thing. Billy's got 25 fucking kids, 3 houses, 10 vehicles to pay off. Okay. So he's got to do 90 hours a week for the rest of his fucking life. Okay. I'm going to do an honest 50, and that's 6 hours over overtime, because 44 is, you know, so I'm doing an honest 50.
Yeah.
But it gets held against me because I don't want to do 90 hours like Billy, because I have a private life and I controlled my shit, you know, and it's like, I'm getting punished because I controlled myself as a human being. Meanwhile, this guy had 25 fucking kids, 6 houses, 10 fucking cars. That's his fucking choice. You know, it shouldn't be it should be my choice to work what I want to work, as long as I'm showing up to work, doing a good job, showing up on time, and giving you the hours. I think that's what any worker should get rewarded with. And it's not. It's so back-ended. So many people are willing to be cutthroat and throw somebody under the bus just to one up themselves in the company. And I think that's why I really like this space, is because I have a fucking say in everything that I want to do. You have a say in everything you want to do. You know what I mean? If we don't like something, we can walk away with no repercussions. The guy might call you a shithead or a poo face or something like that. But outside of that, you know, you can just walk over and you get away from it. So I think that all of this just comes down to what really intimidates the millionaires. And it's hard work, right? All of this is hard work. It just comes down to hard work. And this is what is intimidating the millionaires, because they're so set by a system. And that's humans. We're wasteful. We like systems. We're lazy. You know, we have bad traits. And, you know, I appreciate playing video games when you go and pick the human race, and some of their bad traits are wasteful and, very simple-minded and stuff like that. We can get very stuck in that as a society. And I think we forget that. It's very easy to forget.
Yeah. Highly emotional, overreacts, all that stuff. Yeah.
I got called a lot worse influencer, and I am not meant to say them.
So, Burst, I want to ask you about a couple things. First, if I'm looking at your collections, right?
Yes,
Did
sir.
I hear you say you were with Ultra Horrors?
Yeah, so I am the ultra rare horrors influencer. Richie and John just stood out to me as far as the team goes in the space.
Okay.
And I felt out every team in 2020 just because I was interested in their stuff. And in 2020, I was usually buying almost everything and anything. Oh, I like this. This is cool. I'm jumping in. I like this. It's cool. I'm jumping in. First of all, I'm not a huge horror fan. I feel like horror films are not that great to watch sometimes. There
Why?
are
Tell me why. If you have the same reason as me, I'm going to freak out. But like, I have a very specific reason. I want to hear yours. Why?
The story.
Do you have an answer?
Well, I have two, and one is I feel like most stories are whipped together, or either scare tactics or they're just cheesy. They're just cheesy, man. A lot of horror is cheesy. Now, don't get me wrong. I like Jordan Peele. He's coming around, but he has made a flop too. He did, what was that? Us? Us sucked. Us sucked. But Get Out was great. What the hell happened at the end of Us? They like panned out, went over a bunch of mountains, and then there was like this wall of people. They were like,
yeah.
What the fuck is this? So I'm hoping he hits it on the head with Nope there. But yeah, I just find horror flicks cheesy. There are some good ones. I think I tried to watch this one on the weekend with somebody. What was it? The Invisible Man. Oh my fucking God. It got 92% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
Believe it or not. I don't know if you've seen that movie.
It's probably because the actress is like super
the chick from Mad Men, and she's a good actor. Yeah.
And the crazy religious one. What was that? With the red and white.
Oh, fuck. But
you know what I'm talking about?
I do. I just don't remember the name. But the thing is, it was funny because he comes out and he picks her up by the neck, and I'm like, can you not see like the plowed through CGI right there? Like she's like doing this like weird shit. And I'm like, dude, if somebody was choking me, my fucking little feet would be like this, and I'd just be like, but like she just looked like she's contorting in the air and shit. And I'm like, oh man, let's turn this off. But no, don't get me wrong. There's some horror flicks out there that I do really like. I liked Saw 1. I don't know if you like Saw 1. But after Saw,
I couldn't watch 2 and 3 after that.
Like, yeah, me neither. After that,
the gratuitous violence, like I feel like, and this is probably going to be offensive to people who like horror movies, but I feel like the creators of horror movies and directors that are like, all right, we don't really have much for the plot, but we need to entertain these idiots. Cut somebody's head off. Like I feel like that's what's going on.
And they'll do it for 15 minutes
too.
Like
blow something up and everybody will clap and like, come on, man.
But
give me a story or
I'll go back to John or Richie here before we start streaming too far. I just they brought me around. I appreciated the art, and that's like my first thing to buying NFTs here. I understood. I was looking at their line work. I was looking at what they were doing. I'm like, I actually really like this fucking art. And then it just grew even more because they would have weekly Zoom meetings every Sunday. We'd all go in, we crack packs. There's maybe about 15 to 50 of us, just depended on the week. We were ripping packs and enjoying ourselves. And the boys were talking about their vision on wax and kind of what they want to do. And just so you guys know, Ultra Rare, they haven't touched any of their wax from all of their sales. They believe in wax. They've rode it all the way to the top. They didn't cash shit out. And it came all the way back down. The thing is, they believe in wax and they want to continue to grow with wax. And that's a team that stands out to me. And so when they were talking about their shit in Zoom one day, I just ran over to the market and I think I dropped like 4 or 5K wax at the time at like 10 cents, guys, not a ridiculous price. I went and grabbed like a 1-1 gold there. And I was like, I fucking love what you guys are talking about it. And I'd love to support and hopefully get behind you guys. And then we just grew from there. And John just looked at me and said, man, you're pretty spicy in the chats. You should just start streaming. I said, well, I can't get a computer just yet. So I have supplied my own computer. They sponsored me and grabbed me a laptop at first and said, get on and we'll start streaming. So I started doing that. And that's kind of how my journey started. John and Richie are the most sincere motherfuckers in this space. They care about it and they don't like all the bullshit that just keeps getting thrown in our face. And they're a little less vocal than me. But a lot of the things I say usually come through them, and I'm usually on the same page as them. But just like any brand, any project, guys, me, John, and Richie don't get along all the time. There's a lot of things we disagree with, and it's a learning space, and disagreements happen in any business, guys. And if your disagreements in your chats, because I understand a lot of you guys are probably busy with your business, if there's disagreements in the chat, just walk away. come back later. Me, John, and Richie have had some heated chats, and then like 6-7 hours. I love you, buddy. Oh, I love you too, man. You know, like just like shit like that. So they're the biggest brand I support in this space. I'm their influencer. I know they're heavy at work right now on some stuff for the group. We also have a comic burn right now. So if you have any comics, jump in there and burn. 300
I
points.
have an unopened pack of something. Whoa.
Here's my advice for you, TD.
Yeah.
If you are one pack, I'd sell the pack. You're probably not going to get enough points to get a pack. Do you get what I'm saying? So you might want to get a little wax up on that. I know they're up right now with the event. The only way you get a pack is if you pull an ultra rare and burn that. Then you get 2 packs. You get 666 points for an ultra rare, and 300 gets you a pack. But on that, I wish I could drop what they're working on, but I know they're very busy for the guys and are here to stay, and they're here to ride or die wax like all of us.
Yeah, man. My co-host on Monday, Larry Fine, is huge into ultra horrors, like a true collector.
Have you guys seen the new NFT in the ultra in the horrors? Go to the horrors, type in horrors, go to their newest template, take a look. You'll have a laugh. And then templates, click the templates.
Ultra horrors, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then I go to templates. And then let me share here. This is it here, right?
I wonder if they put it under the ultra. Let me see here. I just haven't looked at it too legit here, but I have it. I want you to bring it up and get a laugh right out of you. So hold on a sec. It's under ultra rare. Go to all. Yeah, it's under ultra rare.
Yeah. Okay. Ha. Nice. That's hilarious.
The foot fetish for you.
Yeah.
So the only way to get the foot fetish is only 69. You got to come to our Tuesday streams, and we have like a little funny segment where people tell us something funny or something weird. We pick the top winners and they vote on them. So the funny little story. This is a shot. People were thinking that John and Richie are in love with feet. Maybe they are. And they're just lying. But this was a shot at the artist JP. JP is one of the artists they have, and they ended up giving him the plot to his story and said, design a comic for us. So he did. He designed El Cuco. And he then turned around, and 3 of the panels are feet. So you can just imagine our community is all like, what is with the feet on this comic? And everybody just roasted Richie for feet fetishes. So then John's like, you know what? I'm just going to get Mac, our artist, to draw some feet. Our artist, Mac, was not happy because he had to draw those feet. And he is not a feet fan. And he was like, I hate drawing these things. You know, they're really gross. Side note for everybody that's here. On the Atomic Kings community, we are going to give away 100 wax today. And I'm also going to give a couple of our cruiser cards away that are they're able to give you a little bit of utility over at Cosmos 11. So we'll do that today. Just a side note of what we're going to give away to your guys.
Yeah, hell yeah. Man, I have more things I want to talk to you about. We're approaching an hour. Are you good on?
Oh, fuck yeah, man. I'm good, man. The only thing going on today is my fucking little sister was like, let's go get a tattoo. And I'm like, maybe.
Oh, here comes the puns. It's the soul NFT. All the guys want. Love it.
It's funny. Yeah, there's a couple. There's not weirdos. We're all weirdos in crypto, but there's a couple guys in there like, I want that so bad. And there's guys in our chat. How do I get the feet? But yeah, no, and we'll give away a Sune pack as well. She hooked us up with some as well, the Sune Extreme promo packs. I like the pack color, by the way. I didn't tell you that, Valor. I took a look at them. Love the green and purple you got there going on. I'm a big fan of that Sully crew. Sully, Valor, and Crispy. I just feel like it's a fresh group of streamers that don't know all the stuff and have a community already and already have half that step that we don't have to worry about, that they've got actually sincere people behind them. It's the ones that don't have the sincere people around them that just scare me a bit.
Hey, you know who popped into the chat? Do you remember me saying to you like an hour ago, I found a French stream
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it was Dagu Gaming. They popped in.
Oh, Dagu Gaming. Gotcha.
Yeah. Shout out to them. Let me drop your so your Twitch is burst underscore of underscore energy. Correct?
Yeah. If you want to bring up a TommyKings.com too, we can go over a couple assets there.
Yeah.
There's two assets. There's two of our prized assets over there. I was looking at another piece of land for them to buy them last night. I almost did. So just so you guys know, some special love to Shift over with Adam. Adam just did a NFT. Shift. Do you know Shift there, TD? You do, eh? Yeah, you do. He showed first time I seen a picture of you. You were hanging out with Adam Carswell. Adam Carswell there, the Shift down at Texas. You, Sandy, and him were out in the smoke pit.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
So Adam just moved here to Calgary, actually, believe it or not.
Yeah,
so
we were where were we at? Like a crypto real estate event in Austin.
Right.
Yeah, the name was confusing me. What's his
General Moses?
Yeah. I'd be like, oh yeah, of course I know.
So he moved to Calgary just recently. That's where we are. And so I do a side hustle during yard sale time. So on Saturdays, there's some yard sales. Sometimes I'll go and poach yard sales for video games. Sometimes I go there and spend $10 and I walk away with like $200 worth of video games. Because people are just dumb. They don't look on the internet. But I was like, he's like, what are you doing this Saturday? I'm like, well, I'm going yard sale, man. You can come hang out if you want. Like nothing special. He goes, oh, I'll fucking come with you. So we jumped in. He took a video of us in the car and then he sold the NFT because he does that, right? Moments of his life and stuff. And I think that's cool. But he went and sold an NFT, what I'm getting at, and he ended up donating all the wax to the Atomic Kings.
Nice.
So I then went and took the wax and put it over into the account, and we're going to give away 100 of that today. And my guys know that I manage the wax for them in that account.
Excellent.
Later, Larcy, good to see you. Thank you for coming to hang out.
Yeah. Thank you for coming by. All right, I'm going to pull up Atomic Kings. I want to have you tell me all about this, and then I want to talk about how you guys use your if I'm not mistaken, like that early stream, you guys were using a form for giveaways back then, and that was a while ago. Like it got progressively worse with bots. Maybe that's when it was peaking. Not peaking. It was starting to get bad. I don't quite remember.
I've been bot rated before a couple times. So like they would come in and purge. Like I've had multiple thousands of bots going, hey, you want followers? You want to become famous? And it's like,
yeah. So I want to touch on that, get your opinions on what a bad wallet looks like. Just like, does it pass the eye test?
Gotcha.
And then we'll see where we're at. But yeah, we can do something crazy that I haven't done yet on a stream really at all. We can throw a phone number up on the screen here, and we could take calls from the audience if they would like to talk to us. What do you think of that?
Oh, shit. I'm down.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's a cool thing. I like that.
Yeah. Like I put it in forever ago, and Sandy and I just never had the time to or remembered to do it. So hell yeah, let's do that. There you go. You guys want to talk to Burst, or I hit us up?
That's fucking cool. So you'll want to scroll down to our two big assets, and that would be the Dinger Club and the raffle ticket. So if you scroll up a little bit, you'll see them there spinning. One's spinning and one's not. So the Dinger Club, let's go do that first on the left.
So click on this one.
On the left, the Dinger Club.
Yeah, gotcha.
It's got a nice little tidbit on the bat. Fuck Ted. There's a guy in the fucking space. Ted, he's a piece of shit. Stay away from that guy. He went and made fake tools for Alien Worlds, was working with Alien Worlds, and then was trying to sell them. I found out he got fired shortly after that.
Wow.
So anyways, the Dinger Club, this Atomic Case community exclusive has been minted 300 times. There may be an opportunity for more in the future. I highly doubt that, but who knows what the future holds. So this is like not our premium collection. This would be our smaller collection, our smaller badge, I guess. Yeah, you can go take a look at it. I think it's held good value, that one. Yeah, there's only 6 on the market there.
Oh shit! That was my birthday. Somebody balling out.
Happy
Look at
belated,
that.
buddy.
Yeah, thanks. Not yeah, recent sales. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Hey, if you want, there's it's up there.
It's up to
Jeff.
you, Jeff. You want
Yeah,
to call
dude.
and ask me something? Go ahead, man. I've never
Hey,
talked to you guys, but that'd be funny as fuck.
Oh shit! I gotta go to Discoverable. God damn it. One sec. I'm gonna answer this, but it's not gonna come through right away. I gotta hit Bluetooth. It's my first day doing this. Sorry, I gotta disconnect.
My name is Jeff.
Oh man, there we go.
Not mine.
Roadcaster. Let's do this. Just noticed that it was. All right. Shit. Can you call back? I'm sorry, dude. I didn't have it paired, and then I forgot Google Voice makes you have to accept it before. My bad. But this time we're good. You dial in, and I'll have you connected right
If you
away.
go back to the website, we can quickly go over what that badge entails you. If you scroll down to the bottom there quickly, benefits of the Dinger badge. So just scroll up just a touch. Some Dinger royalties, guys. This is kind of what I do for my guys over there. We take our wax that we get from our sales, pump them back into the guys, or we don't touch the wax at all. We had a $45,000 US sale. Our staff then went and put 40,000 back in. We also paid our artists 13,000. So essentially we made zero money off that. But the thing is, we want to build something great with you guys. So on December 21, we started airdropping every month winners between 7 and 15 winners a month. Okay. So you get tokens, NFTs, stuff that has been building over there. So some of the Dinger royalties, if I ever sell any of this stuff, it will then get split between the Dingers. But right now, this is what is up in there and what is going. And I have to edit that weekly selly. I didn't know there's a big split on that. So we have one Royal Blood and one land over in Moonstones. That gets weekly selly, guys. So it will continue to get selly in that game, and I will continue to drop selly monthly. We have one Clash Dome land. It's a rare land. You get daily Ludio.
Welcome. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hey, can you hear us? Oh, they hung up. Sorry about that.
So we get 9.7 funny cat tokens an hour as well. I've also got an ESB stake in breeders right now. It's around 1,000 ESB. I've staked it for a full year because I believe in that token long term. So no ESB will be going out to the Dinger holders just yet. I also run Realms of Arcovia teams over there for ARC token. We also have a Cryptures farm. And with the Cryptures farm, you guys can come and put your stuff on the Cryptures farm for free.
Man.
If you guys have a Dinger badge, you can put your stuff on for free. I can put water and fertilizer on. Just reach me in the chats and let me know. It's free. So you guys can come and plant your stuff if you hold a Dinger badge. The Dinger badge is whitelisted. Also, too, we get monthly MST drops from Monster Strike. So there's MST going out. I also run a couple Tesga teams. I have been looking at Tesga land for them because I do want some more Tesga coins for them. Also have the Cosmos 11 tokens earning. And we also have the ZOS community building where the Zilver earned here will go to the Dinger holders. So all Atomic King Zilver will be going to the Dinger holders. Some other NFT goodies earned throughout the month in partners and projects. And I will continue to add more and more and more as I can. So that's the one.
Yeah, man. This is a good list that you got here. I like it. I like it a lot. And
It's just the platform I put in front of me. And you know what I
Yeah.
mean? I don't think it's sustainable to continuously drop NFTs in front of these guys' face and try to continuously create value around it when I can just buy them things that are returning income or returning NFTs and then distribute them to them. And all of these Dinger badges were given away for free. So
yeah.
that's essentially what we're trying to do here. And if you just scroll back up, I just want to talk about one more asset. If you just go back, I just want to talk about our raffle. It's our prized possession, this one here. So this is our prized possession here. This is the OG Tommy King's raffle. I did sell this for about 80 wax, I believe, at about 15 cents. So I did sell this one. But essentially, if you scroll down,
the number is 0001 or in general.
it's just we did that. That's just aesthetic.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's just aesthetic. We just put that
Okay.
on there. So some of the benefits to this raffle, and this raffle is great. So every week. Exclusive prizes. The AK team will draw 1 to 3 winners at least every 2 weeks. I do have to change this, but this is still in effect. The time frame's a little different there, but essentially what I do is if you scroll all the way down. So these guys have won something that's between $15 to $50. I just airdrop them something. And if your number is still blank there, you haven't won yet. Once I get through all of those X's, then I'll reset it, and then they all have a shot again at prizes and stuff like that. So
yeah, what are the blue dots for? X's.
That's you can tell that the blue X's are just somebody else taking over, and that's me. I was taking over and just changing them to blue for shits and giggles.
Oh, gotcha.
So you'll see blue for the rest to finish it off. It'll look red and blue. If you scroll up, the little bit there under this is the big one here. So starting October 23rd, 2021, 2 winners will be drawn every week on Saturdays. I try to do it on Saturdays. If I miss it, I usually get it a couple days after. 2 winners will be drawn for 500 TLM and 250 TLM. The TLM for this giveaway is provided by the Atomic Kings crew from their personal accounts, Rito Torpedo, Dr. Poon, and Burst of Energy. Now, that is subject to change, guys, as time goes on, because every year per land, we lose 7 TLM per day. Do you get what I'm saying? So as the years go on, I get 7 less TLM per land. So that would mean Reed and Poon do as well. So we're thinking about dropping it down to like 650, 625, 600 TLM next year. So this isn't until next year. It'll be 750 TLM all the way through the full year. It has been. We've got lots of winners over there. They're enjoying themselves. But this is just us trying to give back. And like these 2 assets are a prime example of what I kind of want to continue to grow and build and give back to these guys as time goes on. It's only easier to manage a community if you continue to build for them rather than build for yourself. Right. So
I 100% agree.
What's the price on that lowest asset? I want to see if you want to go up and take a look at it. There, it should be right. Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, you need to get a Nefty link in here. What do you think of Nefty?
I don't know if it's sustainable long term.
Why do you say that?
They're giving out lots. They're giving out lots of Nefty, man.
Right, but so if I'm not mistaken, and I don't know this for a fact, I could be totally wrong with my assumption, but the reason why they're able to do that is the marketplace, and so they have not only a block producer, but they are also marketplace. So they're getting 4% of all sales that go through Nefty.
I don't have all the reasons, but I talked to a few developers about that, and their worries was it's not sustainable long term. I can get you in touch with that person after stream if you'd like. You know them. But I do take a lot of advice from this person, and I don't want to drop his name right now because it's not shady. He's just giving me advice of something he thinks, right? So if it was shady, I'd tell you guys right now. But I don't want to throw him on that front because he's not a person like that. Let me do the dirty work. Let me do the dirty work, you know.
Yeah, you know, I mean, that's the only way that you know, like I question everything, right? Like just, you know, if
I like Nefty. I like what they're doing for this space. Nothing against them. I hope that either Nefty or Chain Champs or whoever comes along takes down Atomic Hub. Because like, look, I don't know Jonah. I don't know Fabian. I don't know them. But they were complete fucking assholes at the start of my journey on Wax, man. And they would just butter up people like Blockchain Heroes, Bitcoin Origins, every scam team you can think of. They butter them up. And then they would fleece smaller teams for banner ads and fucking running the contract for your packs and stuff like that. So props to Nefty. I hope their plan is sustainable long term. I know they want to be the pinnacle of Wax, which every marketplace probably does. Yeah. And do I think they can do it? Probably. I'm not saying what they're doing is they're not going to do it. But it's tough because I look at something like Chain Champs and I prefer the aesthetics over there. I prefer, you know, the way it looks and kind of the stuff that they're working on over there. Right. And I talk to Jazz a lot. And I think if you're talking to me, that's a little bit of a bonus because I tell the guys who talk to me who are new here, don't focus on tools that are already done. Focus on new tools. Use somebody else's tool, and then that's how you just keep getting farther. There are some teams here that continuously try to better tools, you know, and that's not really putting us forward. Really? Oh, we got you this
Right,
tool. It's just better.
reinventing the wheel, right? Like
Right.
how I can make a faster wheel and it's smoother, and like you don't even have the car yet. Like let's get
Right.
going.
And as a crypto society, we're not there yet. We're
Yeah.
back in the Stone Age. Like, just focus on new
Sure.
things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The car didn't just come. The car
Yeah,
did come with the
right.
wheel, but the thing is, the guy who made the wheel didn't make the car. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's the thing, guys. Nefty needs better filters 100%. I just don't
Yeah.
like how Nefty looks. That's me. I don't like how it looks. It's blocky.
It's
It's
a very
janky.
common complaint. I mean, most people would like, you know, they probably do what I do, and if you didn't know this, it's certainly possible. There's only one, like there's really only one marketplace. If you put something up for sale, it's on all of them for the same price. Like you couldn't do it like you could, like if you were selling something personal, like a baseball card, and you put it up for, you know, $50 on eBay, you're going to list it on Craigslist for 25 because I guess they're poorer there and whatever, and like listed in all these different places for different prices. That doesn't happen because there's only one, like it's one blockchain, one place to list it. And so what I do is I will take the either the sale ID, I think it is. You can just take that ID and swap it right into the URL. So if you're using Atomic
Right.
Hub
Right.
just to search, you can just pull that number. I heard maybe somebody's working on a Chrome extension that's going to add a button if it doesn't cost too many waves with his friends that work at either place, that you'll be able to buy. Which I think it's going to be hilarious and totally useful. But like, just you could set a default marketplace, and so when you click the buy button, it just buys from where you choose.
Got you. So it like just you skips the marketplace, but you can pick the marketplace.
Yeah, I think that would be
that is interesting.
Baller.
That is interesting. They're working on over, I believe, at Chain Champs is the auto buy, so you can compete with Pickle.
Right. Yeah.
It's interesting.
That's going to be cool.
It is interesting. So whose contract does it? You know, who does it pull Pickles or yours first? You know what I mean? I believe they're going to be. I believe they're trying their best to work around it so yours pulls first. But it's going to be insane because if on Funko days you see this fucking Pickle block go and clear up all the drops, and this is the thing: the APIs. People are unfamiliar. The APIs on Chain Champs load about 20 seconds faster. So you miss all the juicy deals on Atomic Hub. So I'm over on Chain Champs during Funko Drop Day. I have my filter set for 1 to mint 100, and then I put it on live, and they come up quick. And I'm able to buy nice. I've been flipping Funko packs, no problem, and I've been buying them on the floor. I got a mint 5 Funko pack on the floor. I ended up selling it for 3x. I got a mint 13 Funko pack on the floor. I ended up selling it for like 10x. I like all of this stuff, and I'm able to buy it. And it's funny. You go over to Atomic and look where those packs were. They don't even pop up. But you go into the sales and you see it, and you're like, oh, somebody did scoop that. So this is where it goes down to me. This is where it goes down to me having a little beef with Atomic Hub. Look, if your APIs are behind somebody else's marketplace, you're not going to go fucking far, long-term speaking. And you guys should wake up. There's marketplaces doing what you guys do better. You know?
Yeah, man. I hope everybody's taking notes on this. It looks like Alcy was aware of that. She is just amazing.
She's very busy in the chats, and like we don't talk much, me and Alice. She probably doesn't agree with everything I say, and I can probably be a bit harsh. I understand that, but I know she's putting in work. And that's the thing. A lot of my guys, I ended up giving out a couple of the difference. Those are those PFPs that just dropped. They're fucking awesome. I ended up giving out a couple without doing a giveaway, just on my own, account, and people are like, "Oh, why is he doing that?" Because I fucking know the amount of work that these guys are doing in the chats. Dangus is another one. Zate's another one. OP Influencer's another one. I know Doomy's in there as well. I know Wooga's in there as well. Like, it's very hard to stay on top of everything here. And I do recognize the guys that are putting in time on the chain. Whether I like you or not, that's a different subject. But I know that there's good people and bad people putting time in on the chain. And that's a good thing. Whether they're bad or good. You just got to put as much time as you can. It's how you learn.
Hey, somebody post the Chain Champs link. I don't have it. I seen it once. I could have swore it was. Is it by the Wax team?
No, these guys are out of Canada, and they are a smaller two developers. They might have a bigger team now. They've got a cool PFP thing as well too, where you can set it up and put your traits and run your PFP drop through them.
It's
cool.
just chainchamps.com.
Yeah, man.
There we go.
I do love these guys. They're good shit.
Yeah, that's super interesting, dude.
So
I didn't know that this was live. This thing you're telling me about.
What you'll want to do is you'll go to live. Okay, this is on Funko Drop Day. Okay, and then you would bring it up on the search bar over there. You would type in the Funko. Let's just use this as an example. Yeah, we'll do that. Click DC. Okay, then go and put mint range.
Okay, mint range.
Mint range. Put mint 1, and then max mint 100. Okay. And on drop day, these things will fly like crazy. And there's a lot of dumbasses that just look at the floor price and put mint 1s through mint 50 up for the floor price. And the cool thing that they have added based off of me studying their website and asking them how to do things. So when they first did this, I would click the buy now. I would have to tether my mouse all the way.
Yeah, man.
I would have to tether my mouse over to hit buy and I wouldn't hit it. So I said, hey, Jazz, can you just make it so if I click buy and then hit enter, it will buy it for me? So he has done that now. So if you hit buy now and then enter, boom, you've skipped having to move your mouse over to the buy button. That's kind of how you would beat them. So I've got my one hand on the enter button and then I've got the buy now and I go, and stuff like that. And if you can get mints under 100 on a floor price, they will flip for 2, 3, 4x, 5x, no problem. Not right away, usually within a week to about 2 months. You got to be extra picky with your low mints on big brands. Extra picky on brands that have money. Even Atari is still flipping low mints. I'm not saying it's amazing, but any brand that has money, you're better off holding your low mints long term as long as wax isn't shooting to the moon. You'll shoot me if wax is shooting to the moon and you're holding something for 2 months. You might want to make a different assessment there. But if wax is tethering around the normal price of what it's been doing lately, the best thing is to just hold your low mints to something like DC or Marvel, or I could see something coming like Dragon Ball Z or Marvel in the Funkos here pretty soon.
Yeah. So, I'm still sharing my screen. I was going to go comment my account. Yeah, dude, this is super valuable stuff. Okay, tell me if you recognize that number I just posted, the penny bags. Do you know what that goes to? I'm fairly certain you can Google it.
Another thing is the clock forward. You do that, TD?
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, that's been we should show people that this was Mike Tyson's Punch Out, the code for Mike Tyson. Let me
I had a Punjabi friend, and his parents were so out of touch with like the culture in Canada, but he had a normal Nintendo. Everything else was cultural to him, but he had a normal Nintendo, and I went over to his house and we played Punch Out for days, man. I think I was about 4 or 5 years old. He was a neighbor of mine, but it's just funny. You see all this cultural stuff and then the normal Nintendo and Punch Out. Of course, we're going to be playing Punch Out all day. I'm a big Mike Tyson fan. I don't know if you watch his cartoon.
I'm a huge fan of Tyson, and I think he's coming into NFTs, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so too.
He was supposed to be interviewing with a project. I don't know if Trippy's still in the audience, but he was telling me about it.
He's not an idiot. He's not an idiot.
No. He's got that podcast, Hot Boxing. I think the one he did with Eminem was that's like two of my favorite people in the same room. But it was super cool.
He's got this one show called Mike Tyson Mystery Machine. You should check it out.
On Cartoon Network, maybe.
Rest in peace, Norm Macdonald. I'm a big Norm Macdonald fan, and I watched that show for Norm Macdonald. I don't know if you know who Norm Macdonald was, but he was the pigeon. He sexually addicted drunk pigeon. Fucking great.
All right, let me see if I can get a drop up, because I want to share with anybody, if you don't know what we're talking about with the drop thing. So I only find it working on Nifty. I don't know if you agree or not, but because you have to have a whitelist requirement, because CAPTCHA screws everything up. Like you don't you're not successful.
They've turned
Really.
CAPTCHA off on Atomic Hub.
Oh, interesting.
And it's been like that for the last couple months. But yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. When you hit the early thing and then you start fucking with the
Yeah. It's so dumb. So I'll show you how I do it.
Oh, my mom's in the chat. Hey, mom. Love you. Shout out to my mom. My mom fucking comes and supports my streams all the time.
Yeah, where's that? Where
at? Princess White Dove. Better than my fucking deadbeat dad. Better than my deadbeat dad. He never even came and watched me play a fucking football game. You know, and my dad, he hates what I'm doing right now. He hates it. He's fucking jealous. He's jealous. He fucking hates it. He's on his knees twisting a wrench all the time. And I start talking about NFTs. He's like, yeah, just take care of yourself. I just seen that Pete Davidson skit on SNL. You know, like, thanks, Dad. But yeah, shout out to my mom. It takes a lot of work to support your child and what they're doing.
Hell yeah. When we were at an NFTLA, I remember Sandy and I were standing at a hotel and talking with this dad out in the parking lot whose kid was there for Rocket League championship, right?
I love Rocket League, by the way. I do.
Yeah, and he was so like you could just hear how proud he was that his kid plays video games and makes more money than him.
This guy's my retirement. Let's go.
Yeah, man. It was.
Yeah, I love that shit. No, that's good. Always, that's some advice for you guys. Support what your fucking kid wants to do. Don't judge what they're doing. Just support it. It makes them happy. And I would rather my kid be happy long term than me trying to nerf them to be miserable.
Right.
Fuck.
Just
because you like hockey doesn't mean your kid's gonna like hockey.
Right.
You know. And I also want to say, because I did put up a post this morning, you guys, it's a bear market, guys. Okay, you don't need to be on here 24/7. It's nice to keep up, but also during the bull run, it is very easy for all of us to forget about what is good and close to us, and that is personal relationships, personal finance, personal whatever. Take some of this time in this bear market to make sure you're aware of your personal surroundings and just don't forget about them, and give them some time, because we're going to get back into a bull some point in time. And that's when we all forget about what matters close to us, most to us, close to us. So be extra careful with that, guys. Mental health matters. I'm a big believer of that stuff, guys. I deal with mental health issues myself in this space, and it is very easy to mix those mental health issues in this space up with my personal life, and they make mental health issues in my personal life. So it's very easy to forget that stuff.
Especially right now where the outside conditions are contributing to a negative mental health state. I can't tell you how many people, like friends from my past, have checked in. Like I haven't talked to them in months, like since the, New Year's Eve, and that doesn't even really count because they were just texting everybody, but checking in just like to see if I'm okay. Like, I haven't been giving off any signals. They're checking in because they're concerned about everybody.
Well, and it's tough. And I think there's a healthy balance there, guys. If you guys are sitting at home and talking about the news and talking about the pandemic, talking about whatever, then keep your NFT drama at home. If you're not talking about that stuff, or keep that NFT drama at work. But if you're not talking about that stuff at home, then sure, maybe talk about your NFT stuff at home. But if you start talking about that stuff, the world, and then your NFT drama, it just becomes a mess. So just make sure you balance the two, guys, and make sure. Some people don't like talking about it. I got a few friends that say I sound like when I talk to them, well, man, you sound like a fucking rapper right now, or Butters from South Park when you talk about your NFTs. And some of my friends don't like when I talk about it. So I'm mindful of that, and I try not to talk about it. But, I stay far away from the news. I don't like the news either. It's tough because with the war happening, we got a lot of people from Ukraine in the space, a lot, right? In Russia. Right. So there's a few guys in the chat that I've grown accustomed to and know. We have one guy, Theory. The poor guy is so afraid because all he hears is the bomb alarms all the time. All the time, this guy. He's got videos in our chat, and he's like, man, this is all I hear every night. And it's, he's scared for his life. The thing is, it's a balance. And I let the people talk about that in the chat, as long as it's not Russia, Ukraine going fuck you back and forth in my chat, then that's something I will regulate right away. But if you're having a hard time on the other side of the world and you're in our chat, I have no problem with you talking to us about it in the chat, guys. No problem at all. Speak your mind. Sometimes you just need somebody to talk to. And I always have my DM open on Telegram, guys. If you really need to get a hold of me and you need somebody to talk to, I will talk to any of you guys about whatever you're dealing with. No judgment. We're all fucking weirdos here. We're all fucking weirdos in the crypto space somewhere.
Say that again. All right, I don't know how good I'm going to get this set up for the demo, but I think you guys will get an idea of what I'm doing. I think that, let's see here.
Can I send that wax and those NFTs to an account so you can distribute it?
Yeah, we could probably get Grubfish started.
Yeah,
Did you want to
sure.
want to do it that way?
Yeah, sure. Do you have an account I can just send it to?
Yeah, give dot Sanyika.
Give
So
dot
GIVE dot SANYIKA. Damn,
so I'm gonna send 100 wax over there right now. Could you split up that? Let's do 25 to 4 winners. I think that would be cool. Send trade. I back them to a Tommy King promo NFTs because I like to burn through our promo NFTs as much as I can. So I'll back them to that right now. Do that. And you know what? I'm going to send you one of our NFTs you can only get by subbing to my channel for 12 months.
What?
I'll send one of those out and you can
That's baller.
Give it to yours. Have you seen it?
I have not, no.
Here, I'll show you. You'll have a laugh at it maybe.
Oh, man. Jeff, see that comment that he said to your mother? He does great things here. I agree.
Jeff, I love Jeff. He's good shit. Check that out. It's on the bottom of the screen there. If everybody's trolling.
Well,
can you share? Can you see my screen?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. There you go. Nice. So let me ask you this. This wallet fucks, my wallet fucks. Where did that come from? Does it have? Let me ask you that differently. Does that have roots somewhere in maybe a popular TV series?
No, it's a very pop culture thing. Like you, I noticed you in our chat would say you say bet, right? You say bet. A lot of the guys say bet, and I understand that. Bet's cool. The reason it's one of those things when you're hanging out with the boys and you're it's like one of those things where like Che, this comedian I watch, if you show up to the boys and one of the guys looks at you and goes, "You been working out, man?" That makes you feel like a G, right? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, my boy just saying, and like even Che says, if some chick gives you her number in front of the boys, that's a flex, right? Like that's a flex.
Right.
So when you're playing sports, stuff like that, you just look at someone and you're like, this guy fucks. Like this guy fucks, so that's kind of how it was.
Yeah. So that's I heard that first in Silicon Valley. If you've watched that on HBO.
Oh yes, I have. That's a funny show. Yes.
Yeah, the real douchey investor says it about Jared. This guy fucks. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, and no, the only reason I said my wax wallet fucks.
I know, I see it. I think it does too, man.
The only reason I said it is because you've got people like Bozak in here, and you got people like Stash, and you got fucking 6.5 NFTs, and it's like, do you really love wax? Or are you just trying to be a predator and jump on every brand to go, hey, can I put a stash on that little duck's ass for you, and we'll just call it stash ass? It's like no. And then you got stink sacks sticking around and sticking everything and anything, and it just drives me nuts because you see these influencers and it's weak sauce.
Yeah, man.
So Bozak, when called,
he was likely Bozak was I think the first project or creator, whatever you want to call it. That I got rid of everything, and it was over that Our Planet meltdown, and I wasn't even in the Telegram. Machine. Like, yeah, dude, I was getting that secondhand, and I'm like, I remember I was giving away high stakeable NFTs, and like I was making people promise that if they didn't want it anymore, they gave it back to me. They would not sell it. Like I would just, if they needed the wax, I would buy it back because I didn't want them getting the commission for it. So I don't know if everybody held that that agreement with me, but I hope they did because.
Dude, we were before that all happened. We went and said, and I'll stop sharing my screen here. Before all of that,
what is it?
we went and said before all that happened, somebody's going to abuse this Aether system and then continuously use sales and go, it makes this much Aether per hour, because there was no caps on it. And you know who did it first? Mr. Bosak. You know what he did? He brought Stash over, he brought Lupe over, he brought Miss Teen Crypto, he brought them all over, and they tried to do the same thing, and they put a stop to that and said, no, we're not going to allow that because it's abusing our system. Some people still abuse it. It's always a loophole. I'm going to fucking dig and find it.
Right.
And it was just, it drives me nuts. Instead of taking care of people, they would predatory them. And I know from working with teams of what these guys DM and what they want. I know exactly what they want. This is a Kickstarter place. You're not telling me you make enough money off your 300,000 followers that are paid for on YouTube. You're not making enough there. I have a DM in my DMs from I'm not going to say, but a specific team that got stashed to do a video for them. I go, well, how much did you fucking pay him? And they go, well, we paid him $2,500 USD to make a 6-second video. And we asked him to do something. He didn't even do that. He also asked for NFTs to do the video. The NFTs were 6 fucking cents. Just go fucking buy the NFTs, bud. Like, you got to be kidding me. And it drives me nuts. You know, if you're going to be an influencer here, Bosak, what did he do? When Cogs was doing their flex your tubes or whatever, he grabbed the whole common set and called that a flex. It's like, dude, that set's like 12.5 wax, man. Take it back down a bit, man. Just dial it back here.
Do you remember the $100,000 USD drops he was doing? Like, I think literally every day, like there was another 100K drop.
And he didn't take any of that money and put it back into his community. You know what's fucking mind-boggling? During September, October time, he's trying to sell an 800 wax piece membership that's doing nothing. People are actually complaining about it.
Right.
And it's like, if you didn't see that, then like, come on, he's making hundreds and thousands of dollars, yet he didn't take it and go and put it into his community. It's just the wrong thing.
Right. Agreed.
Again, that goes back to what I was saying. I'm not saying I'm better than anybody, but we had a $45,000 sale. We pumped just under 40,000 back in as the staff. We paid our artists 13 grand, and then all of the wax over there is going back to you guys. You know, I can't believe this guy got away with that shit. I just can't believe he got away with that shit.
Yeah, man.
I know
I was not impressed. And then talking about, did I ever tell you that? So when we launched Metaforce, at that time, Left House and Mars, they were super popular in Upland. They had presence in media streams, right? And they wanted $500. Like, you'll hear me make that joke about $500 in packs. Like in my opinion, they should have given it to us to come on their stream. Like, what are you talking about? 500? Like, I know that sound cocky, but I wasn't even talking about myself. It was Recurrier, Left House, Mars.
Because marketing is so ass backwards here on two different spectrums. And that goes back to us just saying, I believe Twitch is stronger than Discord. I believe Twitch is stronger than Telegram. So you better be paying me, bud.
Yes. One thing that Sandy and I vehemently agree on is never taking money to do interviews of projects. Like, we don't want to do that, and that's not to knock anybody who does. We just don't want there to be any lines crossed, because there's
once the lines crossed, they're gonna come back and go, we paid you $200,000 for that show. You know what I mean? They'll come back and tell you.
Right. Yeah, man.
Right. So.
Awesome. All right, I got to get this.
We could just sit here and talk forever.
Yeah, dude. I love it. It's fantastic. Let me segue into bots a little bit. So, full disclosure, I don't know that if I ever told anybody this. I'm sure I have. So I got into the wax community via Upland, the EOS game, via a State of the Dapps website, and I was coming at it from like a developer's perspective. I was always
Upland, right?
Say again?
You said Upland, right? That's what you said.
Yeah. And so I have experience programming and coding. Do you remember the Bitcoin origin drops that were like, they were on their website? Like, it was the cubes. Oh. And Blue Wizard was really big on buying those. Like, he missed like the big one, he would clean up. Like, he would come through and clean it up, and it was super competitive. And I might have known somebody who had a bot written, and I might have gotten that code and deployed it and made sure that I got that super tough to get to route. But I didn't, at the time it wasn't what it is now, right? Like now it's like, fuck the bots, man.
Look, I'm going to tell you something I've never told you. Okay, I'm going to tell you something you're going to be like, oh. Do you remember back in when was it Blockchain RPG came out and one of your boys was caught with an auto clicker?
Yeah, fuck that. And he didn't. Yeah, it was Louisville. He's beyond reproach.
So
like I hear you. Okay, good. I'm sorry.
This is a good thing for you. This is a good thing for you guys. I said some things that might have came off very negative, might have not been liked, but the NFT gamer team, nobody grilled me. Nobody grilled me. And like I've told Richie and John this, I said I was able to speak my mind and they didn't grill me. So I will always support your brand. That stood out to me. I was able to speak my mind. You guys didn't rip me in half. Whether he's cheating or not, that's not the thing. I just don't think you should be doing it. If you're caught, you're caught. But if you're doing it, that doesn't bother me. If you're caught, you're caught. That's the different thing. But what really stood out to me at that point in time, this is when I like turned over 100% to you guys, was I was like, they didn't fucking grill me. And I've told Richie and John that. I'm like, I like the NFT gamer guys. I said this word by word. I like the NFT gamer guys because I ended up talking shit and giving one of their guys shit. And they didn't grill me. And then John's like, fair fucking doze, man. Fair fucking doze. When he went and said,
yeah,
like,
man.
That shit stands out to us.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I have a very high regard for Louisville. He's
I know he's a good dude.
Yeah, super intelligent, and like he had a Farmer's World bot that Farmer's World said you can have, and I feel like that's
over.
that's what got if you look at account and I guess that's where we can go next. Like
a couple AK guys got tokens too, but they know me. If they get busted, I'm not going to go to bat for them. I'll tell them you got busted. That's just the way it is.
Right. Yeah, dude.
I'm just backing these now, so you'll have them over with you. And
yeah.
Each has 25 wax. And then 2 cruiser cards. They give you a recovery boost on Cosmos. These cards that I'm sending over. And I will send over a couple Sune packs as well. Appreciate you guys. I've got about 25 minutes. So
all right, cool. I'm gonna fire off this grub fish and get started, and we can talk about bots while that's going.
Yeah, for sure.
I need a timer so that I don't get distracted and forget to start it.
Send this over to you. What else did I say? Sune's packs. I also have some Lube Momoko. Look, I can't say much, but you might want to hold your Lube Momos, guys. I'm going to send you a couple Lube Momos as well. If you're unfamiliar with who Lube Momoko is there, Trent, are you familiar with Lube Momo?
I am not, no.
Lube Momo is run by Black Fang, and it is a collection of I would say, anime character that he has created. This person is the hardest worker that I've had work for me in this space. They drop everything they're doing for work to just finish something for me.
Hell yeah.
They have given away every NFT for free. And they are working on some fucking fire here. He's been working on it heavy. But if you ever get a chance, man, check his collection out. He is one of the hardest workers on wax, and I cannot thank Lube Momo enough for all the support that man
do they have what can we share? Can I throw something on a banner or in the comments?
I will type in on Atomic Hub Lube Momo Co. So MOMOKO, and Lude is LEWD.
Okay.
And then you should be able to bring up their collection and take a look. I'm sending you a couple coins and a couple NFTs from their collection as well.
Awesome.
So you'll have those over there. And let me see here. What else did I say I was going to give out? So I was going to give out a couple things. So I got the wax in there, the Sune packs, the Lube Momo. I feel like I'm forgetting something.
Is it the 22 at the end?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
Oh, some cruiser cards. There you go. I got some cruiser cards in there as well. There you go.
Yeah, we can get these over to I'll pick some up here to support their brand / collection. Princess Phoenix says Lud Momo and Magenta are the prettiest NFTs on Wax by far. Hashtag transgender pride. I don't know if that's a hashtag. That's what I called it.
I support their work that they're doing, and I support humans for what they want to be. That's where I am in my life. Some people might not agree with that, but that's who I am. My mom taught me about respect and not being a thief, and so I've had to. My mom's not even perfect. The older generation isn't perfect. I've had to sit down with my mom and go, "You can't say that anymore, Mom. You can't say that anymore."
Yeah.
But look, I just don't want to get into debates of what we're doing and how people should present themselves. I don't care. If somebody wants to be something and say they are something, then fucking A. That's what the whole point of being human is. Some guy got up and said he could write a book about Jesus and say we should believe it. So you should let somebody be who they want to be.
Yeah, dude. You know what? I don't know if you'll agree with this, but I've found that you don't. I guess with us it's different because we are seen on stream, but for the most part, like you're making up in your head not only like what a person online looks like, but their entire personality, and oftentimes, okay, that's better than reality. Like as long as you have pleasant interactions with them, like I think largely my metaverse friends. I don't want to say better because that just degrades all of my IRL friends. I almost have to say better, dude. I mean, it's been a crazy 2+ years or however long it's been. Super thankful for a lot of the people that I've met online and gotten the chance to meet in person. It's been a super cool ride.
Respect people's
bubbles
in metaverses, and I can say this with an open heart that we're all probably going to be old weirdos in the metaverse.
Yeah, man, no doubt.
Respect people's bubbles in there. I see people on Facebook laughing at people about that, and they're talking about sexual assault and abuse in those games. It's true. You do it in fucking Halo. You go and teabag the shit out of somebody, and you got all your buddies on the mic going, this guy fucking sucks. And you guys are just sitting there teabagging.
Right.
And little do you know, not saying this is something, but the childhood abuse or the upbringing abuse, it just reminds them of shit like that. So put that on the spectrum. You don't know what somebody has dealt with in their life. So just be respectful of their space. And like, there's this thing that this chick I talked to, she's telling her daughter, and this really stood out to me. She tells her daughter, she asks her a question this every day, and she goes, "What are you in charge of?" And her daughter, she's 4 years old, she goes, "My body." Every fucking woman and man should be telling this to their kids, that what are they in charge of? Their fucking body.
Right. So, yeah, I had a metaverse friend tell me not too long ago that he's caring for his helping with his nieces, and one of the things that he's been doing is like surprising, like and scaring her and letting her know that like if he can do that in the house and in your comfort zone, like you don't have enough awareness. And it's like he said it's the most valuable thing that he can teach a daughter, niece, etc.
Yeah, and that's just the thing. I challenge every parent out there to try to be better in things that we wish we would have learned growing up. It was a challenge for us. There's a lot of things coming to the light where you're like, well, I wish I learned that fucking 10 years ago. It's just because the teachers didn't want to teach you about that. They want to teach you about
right.
I think there's a point in time where I think history class should be just changed to future class, and we got to stop living in the old times and we got to start fucking progressing forward, but we just can't because there's so many fucking issues.
Right, man. So Alcy says it's horrible as a woman in the gaming world, not as bad as it used to be, I feel like, but still very bad. So I don't know if you were aware that like our first Wombat clan that we put together that was representing an FTG was all female. It's, I think,
let's go represent. I represent. I take a big pride in finding female music artists in electronic and just pumping the shit out of their music.
Fuck yeah. I think it's I can't imagine having to change my screen name or my favorite name or whatever because of my gender and being
totally. I get what you're saying.
Fuck that, man.
Right. A female should be able to rock the name Freaky Fox without getting harassed. That's what she fucking wants you to
Agreed.
do. You know, it's
Yeah,
none of your
man.
fucking business what she wants to put in her fucking name. But then again, a lot of these guys aren't taught, a lot of men and a lot of females, more men, I want to say, are not taught the life value lessons of respecting somebody's space, respecting what they want to say, and respecting who they want to be. They just start dropping into their social groups of homies.
Right.
You know how it was when we were kids. Oh,
Yeah, man.
she showed me her vagina, man.
Yeah,
Wicked. Yeah, I fucking seen it. Yeah. You know, like you just, and then you look back on that shit and you're like, oh, why the fuck did I say that with the boys? But if you teach them sooner, you'll defeat those moments of somebody like myself going, fuck, what a shithead. You know, like eliminate those shithead thoughts where you make somebody feel like shithead. But then again, that's half the battle. You have to be aware of what you're saying. And I am guilty for saying some homophobic slurs sometimes. I say dick the butt in my stream all the time. And that's a homophobic slur. But there's nothing worse than going to the club and it's dick the butt. Nothing worse. I just want to dance. Get away from me. You know, like if there's dick the butt in the club, we got a problem. But, you know, I'm guilty of saying some of that stuff, but I am aware of what I'm saying. I can be Joe Rogan harsh, but I do respect humans for who they are. So,
yeah, man. Hell yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I grew up in the 90s. I mean, I hear you. I think it's enough said with that. All right. Last call for Grubfish. If you're not in, you are too late. We're going to get this party started. And, man, dude, great combo.
Oh, big time, Valor. Big time.
I didn't see what they said.
I feel for them. I feel for them because the moment that people find out that they're a female, there's Google eyes. Oh, that's a girl.
Right. Yeah.
Fuck off, dude. Go being a girl in real life. It's not that hard.
So what do you look for when you are giving out? So when you do the giveaway forms, first of all, I guess I'd never seen it. So what data are you collecting? What are you looking for in that data? What advice would you give a new streamer coming into this space with the intention of protecting the community from fraud and abuse? Okay, so maybe on a collection standpoint, I'm getting to the point. I'm going to talk about collections first. When I get to collections, I had kind of a set thing to do, but it's getting to a point where I'm actually wanting to put 3 months of time into the project and studying what they're doing outside of buying things on the floor. They've put a shiny pass in your face, guys, and it's a floor price. Sure, invest in it. That's not a bad gamble. Now, if they put a shiny thing in your face and the floor price has been pushed up 4 days later, you might want to watch that project for 3 months. It usually takes about 3 to 6 months for a project to get fully exposed for if they're actually trash or if they're actually good. So that's for projects. Oh, we go Phoenix. Let's go. That's our friend Phoenix. Holla. Sorry.
So that's for that. Now, as far as the other accounts, I've got a little bit of a different method. I don't know if this advice would go too far, but the way I handle the advice could help people. I have a very photogenic memory. So I do tend to remember wallets when I see them. So it's kind of helped me. But as I started my tenure studying, when people win on my show, I will then, if it's a new wallet or one that I don't recognize, I will bring it up. Okay. So if you have like 1% of your wax bought and 99% sold, well, you're not helping wax. Look.
Okay. Sure.
I understand that you need to make money. I understand that some people in, let's say, India or the Philippines,
right.
You know, they're making 10 cents, but that 10 cents is paying for their milk and bread on the day, right? So I understand that. But if you're totally selling all of your NFTs, you're not helping wax. Find one project that you like and put just a little bit back in. The thing is, if we see a complete seller and not a buyer, the guys who are actually buying on the marketplace notice that. And they fucking hate it. And they hate when I give out prizes to the wrong people. I've done it a few times and they dislike it. And I understand it. So we just call them boo-boos, and I tend to just remember who they are. Right. 99% of the time. But if for somebody else, you might just want to put a graph up and then put their wallet in there. And with your graph, you could have your graph up when you're doing your giveaways. So just a spreadsheet. And then if somebody comes up that you think's a bot, you just head over to your graph and quickly sort by letter or number or whatever. You'll be able to see if they're on your bot list. Another thing I do too is if it's a new wallet that has very little bought and a lot sold, sometimes if it's a newer wallet, I'll go in and I'll just take a look at the transfers and make sure that they're not putting in both of their accounts into the giveaway. If they're putting both the accounts into the giveaway, you got to kick them out.
So do you use Wax Detective or any,
I used
any
to.
specific
I
tool?
used to. I just it's very easy now to be able to click click the account and go see how much they bought and sold. It's very easy, and that's a very easy thing to notice. But there's been a couple instances where somebody's like, "I'm buying on Nifty. I'm buying on Nifty," you know, and it's like, "Oh, are you?" Like, because that doesn't show up on Atomic Hub. So,
oh, interesting.
I feel like
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I feel like we're gonna need a better tool.
Yeah,
for
man.
this in the long term. For right now, we're kind of just
1000%.
putting things on the floor and doing with what we're capable and what we have to offer.
Yeah, man.
But you will always make mistakes as a streamer, as somebody running a collection. You will always make mistakes. Somebody will get something that shouldn't get it. It's what you do after that when the community brings it to you and goes, "Hey, look, you did give it to a bad account." As long as you acknowledge it and go, "Hey, look, I made a mistake.
Right.
Like, I'm learning this system of who I should."
Accountability.
To. Yeah,
accountability. When you have a child running a project, it's what you get no accountability.
100%.
Kids don't want to take responsibility for mistakes. And you know, when I see that, it's like, scratch that one off, man. What was it?
Back here.
Journey to Godhood. Do you remember that one?
I called it Journey to Goodhead, but yeah.
Yeah, man. Like messing with the contract, like an NFT. Like, again, I just have to reference back. Like I was super attracted to dApps and decentralization and what it could do in general, right? Like, people in Turkey have a repressive government that doesn't let them look on Wikipedia, and decentralization fixed that for them. And everybody can look up information on Wikipedia.
100%.
And so, like, that's still like we're kind of getting we're kind of going this route where it's like, yeah, decentralization is cool and all in the concept. It just doesn't work for everything we want to do. So we're just going back to centralization with tokens and NFTs. Like,
yeah,
you know, that's kind of what it feels like. And I do believe that, like, some of that is necessary, but there's some very core principles that must stay intact. And that's, if you give me a fucking NFT, that is my NFT, like, period. If I have it, it's no different than a book in my home, and you wouldn't come in and take that book. Like,
no. And I can say what I want about it in my house.
You know? Yeah, dude. Yeah.
I think they forget that our wallet is our house.
Right.
They try to stick their nose in our house, and it's like, no, you know, I'm going to tell you what I want. I might not get it, but just listen. That's it. Just listen. You know, and like, people who are unaware, my ex had a teacher from Russia when she was a kid, and there's lots of this stuff going on in the world, but Russia was told the world was this, and then it wasn't until about like 1988 that they came out and go, "Oh shit, this is what the world's like." So a lot of countries will tend to teach their countries what they kind of want to do. It's just up to you to try to get away or just deal with it. It sucks, because I do know somebody personally in our community that is in Crimea. I don't know if you know where Crimea is in Russia.
Yeah.
They've been annexed. They were born Ukrainian, and they've been annexed, and the last 15 years, they've been Russian. You know how fucking weird that would be? Like, for me to wake up and go, I'm Canadian today, but I'm American tomorrow. Like, that's just so weird to have to adjust to stuff like that. And it's tough on some people. So that's why I am big on this base.
Right.
Our wallet is our house. It's not yours.
Yeah, right. Man. So I bring that up to say, like, they were freezing assets, like the same as blockchain RPG. Like, it's not okay under any circumstances.
No, I don't agree with assets getting frozen. Take your licks, give out what you said you were going to give out, and just
and then
ban the wall,
them from the game. Yeah, or create. You know, you have to be proactive about bots and multi accounts. Reactive is never going to work. Like, it's drinking from a fire hose.
And if you implement the things we're talking about, they can only get better.
Right.
They can only get better. Though I guarantee there's way better ways of handling that with tools, and we just don't know yet. You know, just like levels of government undiscovered. You know, I don't know if you've watched Equilibrium. I brought that up to General Moses, but it's an interesting movie. It's with Christian Bale back in the early 2000s, but it's in the future and it's like a dystopian future. They've eliminated human emotion by taking this shot daily. You take a shot daily. Now, if you have stuff like art and music and stuff like that, that contributes to emotion. So there's like smugglers hiding old art and old, old
Nice.
stuff like that and stuff. But this just shows you that there's levels of government of full freedom or full control that we've just never discovered. And it's the same thing in this space. It's the same thing with technology. It's the same thing. There's just levels that are undiscovered, guys. And that goes back to us saying, do you want to work on the tools that we already have, or do you want to make us new tools? Because if you're going to continue to work on the tools that we already have, we're just going to be half a step back.
Agreed. All right, last call for Grubfish. If you haven't gotten in, do it now. We got about 3 seconds. And we're going to launch this.
As a streamer, Alice, I'm an open book. I can't hide shit. I can't hide shit.
Right. There's something great and unique and different about the transparency and immutability of blockchains and how they work and the openness of it all. And I understand that some people have to be protective of their personal identity, whether it's, like there's countries that
if you're a celebrity, you have to.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say a name, but there is a celebrity in our group, sort of, and he's been with us for a while, and he's never told anybody who he is,
right,
to us. And it's just, he's talked to me about it in DMs, and I don't know who he is, but he just doesn't want to because he's a writer and a songwriter and stuff like that. And some people are really weird about the crypto space. So if this artist is like, yeah, man, I just minted my first NFT on ETH, they're going to go, like, what are you doing, bud? Like, people aren't aware. And I wish in time it will come. Man. This is just the growing pains to this space. We're a part of it. We're the guinea pigs to this technology. And it's growing pains. That's all it is.
Yeah, man. Agreed. Awesome. All right. So you look at the wallets. Do you do any search into any of the social medias? Like, will you look at, like, let's say, like at Give Labs? Have you run any of those?
No, I just do forms, and then we do the live form on stream. We spin the winner, go right to their wallet, and if it's shit, then I'll spin it again. I'm not, that's the thing. I'll just go, this is shit, and I go and spin it. But the thing is, you guys, I guess another red flag, guys, is just watch all of these brands jumping brand to brand and trying to put their collab piece on another piece just to get some clout here. Clout is a big issue in this space. Clout is becoming botted, and it's just not something everybody should be focusing on right now in this bear market. I'm a big believer that community is something that should be focused on in a bear market, not marketing. Sure, eyes are nice. Sure, marketing is nice, but no matter the amount of marketing that is done for Wax right now in a bear market, it's not going to jump the token 10 cents. There's no fucking way.
Shit. God damn it.
Didn't show it.
I just ran Grubfish without showing them.
I was wondering because you did Grubsplode, so they're all probably.
Yeah.
But I'd hate to cut this short, TD. I do have to.
Yeah, man. All good. Hey, thank you so much. I'm gonna have you back. Maybe some of the Atomic Kings.
I'm sure Rito would be 100% down to jump on the stream.
Fantastic.
I don't know if you know, but his pops is I think number 3 buyer on Blockchain Brawlers.
Say what?
His pops, yeah. His pop's a fucking big peepee man.
Big
peepee, sir.
Yeah, man.
His pops rocks. His pop rocks. I'm glad he came over to Wax.
Hey, can you ping me Reed's Discord ID?
He hates Discord.
I
got it though. Here, hold on.
I'm not going to the Telegram if that's my option though.
No, I'll get it for you. He's got it. It's tough to find.
Yeah. No, I'm kidding. I'll go into the TG if that's the preferred communication.
Look, the only thing I like about Telegram is I'm able to find my shit quick. My tags.
I can't, dude. I can't find a conversation I had 3 days ago.
Like, I can't Discord. I can't fucking Discord. So I think you know what? I'll take the Telegram. You take the Discord. We'll work.
Yeah, dude. Fuck.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna get going though.
Cool, man.
That stuff.
Thank you so much. It was fantastic. I think this was a really great way to kick off the stream every Thursday. I'm going to try to find,
get Anders on. Get Anders.
Yeah, cool.
Get Anders.
Let's
He's,
do
he's,
it,
he's a
man.
wax OG. You should have that.
Yeah, I'm a fan, without a doubt.
He's one of the guys that I do support from 2020 Wax, and I don't support many streamers from 2020 Wax. And,
Hell yeah.
Thank you for having me, TD. I appreciate
dude.
it. It's an honor to be your first guest. I felt like this was a great fucking show. And
Yeah, let's do it, man. Thank you so much.
I'm not going to stream today, guys. I've got some family in town. I'm going to probably hang out with them, but I will be back tomorrow, and we're going to go over our ZOS community building tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
So just so you guys know, and it'll probably be in the afternoon. I want to say between 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern that I'll probably jump on, guys. But you guys can come hang out with me, and you guys know where to find me in the chats. I'm always there, open ears. And like I said, anything is bothering you today, mailbox is always open if you need to chat. Don't ask me for money, though. Don't ask me for money. I've had a couple people ask me for money, and I'm like, well, I fucking need money too. Yeah. Alrighty, TD.
First, my friend, thank you so much, brother.
Thank you. Later, room. Have fun.
All right. I've just been jotting down the winners thus far. It's streaming this time. Yeah, this definitely didn't go the way that I had envisioned it. I was going to be on Streamlabs OBS with all kinds of fancy stuff, and I probably could have pulled it off under immense stress in the last 15 minutes, but then I completely forgot about my guests' needs, so like green screen and that kind of shit. And I didn't have answers to his questions, so I'm like, dude, I'm not going to put somebody on my, first episode through this nonsense. Let me just go with my default. So I'm going to have to test some things likely over the next few days. So you might see some impromptu streams. Maybe it'll just be like a grub fish or something, get some people tuning in and giving feedback on what the stream looks like. Hey, thanks, OP. Would you tell me, honestly, if it wasn't, I want to say yeah, but I don't know. Wait, no, yeah, you would. You've given me constructive feedback. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, yeah, thanks. Poison. Yeah, all right, yeah. I am super open and never. I can't say never. I try not to get like just that natural reaction of defensive-ness when somebody's saying like, "Hey, like you could do this better," and like you immediately want to explain to them why you did what it was that they're like, and that's not helpful. You gotta avoid that. Yeah, Jim. Yeah, like this is what I want to do every Thursday. Get somebody OG Throwback Thursday, or Truth Be Told, however you want to look at it. And let's just go in, because I feel like I say it a lot to people that I meet outside of the space, that tribal knowledge, if you've ever heard that term. That's how, I guess communities before electronics and maybe even writing, that's how they pass down, like, don't go over in those woods, there's tigers that eat you and shit, or don't eat this mushroom, it's not the good one, like that kind of stuff. Yeah. Yeah, thanks, dude. Yeah. Oh shit. My man. Coco Sports. Some of you might recognize that name. I sent you guys over. My childhood friend. Hey man, thanks for showing up. He's going to be a guest. I already preemptively asked Coco Sports to come on and talk to us about the throwback of Web 2 gaming. Yeah. So yeah, dude, super excited. I'm like you could tell I'm kind of shook. Like I don't know how to react. I didn't expect this. Yeah, dude. Yeah, and I don't know if you ever commented back to me on the time if noon Central worked or 1 p.m. Eastern would work, but we'll figure it out because yeah, man, you definitely got to get on a stream and reminisce classic video games and that kind of stuff and where we see it going. Hey, thanks, dude. Awesome. All right. Last call for Grubfish. If you have not hit exclamation play, followed by your Wax Wallet address, or if you don't have one, just put whatever. We'll get with you. Put your Discord ID or some way for me to get in touch with you, and I'll reach out. Yeah, there we go. All right, and if you haven't seen this before, so it is interactive. When the game starts, you'll see across the top there will be several exclamation commands, like spin, exclamation spin, dodge, etc. You'll see it streaming through the chat also. Um, they all do random things that could help or could hurt. It's kind of still RNG, but one of our Wax Legends is a game developer created this, and I mean we absolutely love it. So last call, and damn, it's 2 p.m. What drops did I miss today already? Like I definitely missed something. I think right. Did long haulers go off already? Did I fucking missed that. Right, so across the town. Yeah, I gotta check the Week in Wax notes. Oh, long haulers is on. Okay. Yeah, I'd like to get some of our researchers. I know that Alcy was in on, I believe, right? Yeah, yeah. I think Alcy's the one who told me about long haulers like way back. You know what I would like to see for, and I probably could code a Twitch bot to do it. I'd like to see the most used commands just in general, and then the most used commands by winner. Like what did they use the most? Like was it like I'm seeing a lot of spins and a lot of dodges? Is that all it is that all it takes? Well, I could go back and look. Shout out to Shiloh. Yeah, like I just I'm a huge fan of data and the story it tells. Yeah, like you would like yeah, like but you can't say that for sure until you've seen all of the data. Like I hear you, and it's logical to make that yeah, like dumb luck. So that's one thing that I noticed, Lucky Toast, is that so as the streamer, especially if I'm not looking at so we have a screen that's like literally in real time, and you guys are like maybe I don't know 3 seconds. But if I have my headphones on, I could be looking at the Twitch stream, and like I can hear the music, and I could type in the command, and like as soon as I hear the music start, I hit my command, and it goes through. So there's definitely oh wow, so look at this claim. I can show you that if you reset the timer and spin at right times, you make top 5 easier. I would love to see that because that's going to put me closer to pulling off the showboat. And that's what it's all about. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. The creator challenged us to get 2 people left on the board. One of them initiates a grub explode where they explode themselves, but the blade comes and kills the other person before they explode. Thus, they've won. So I need to see that. Yeah, Thug. I don't know if are you in our Discord? If not, hit me up, or I'd love to hear what you have to say about it. This is our Discord, and I'm TD pound 6778. And hey, that's all I got. So I've been on stream for 2 hours. Need to go eat some lunch. We'll be back next week. So I think what I'm gonna do, and I don't know what kind of response I'm actually gonna get, but I'm thinking of using the hashtag because that's kind of like the title, TBT, and like doing a Twitter thing where like you guys are tagging who you want to see. I don't know the parameters around it. I'll put some thought into it. I'll talk to some people who have better social media skills than I do and see what they say about the best way to do it. Because I think that could be a super cool thing to do. You know, letting the community decide who it is they want to see on the show. So awesome. Thank you so much, guys. I super appreciate you. I will see you when it's our next stream. I think tomorrow. I would have to check the calendar. Just look out if you're not in our Discord or on Twitter. That's where you would see the announcement. Much love, Dave. Thank you so much for popping in, man. I'll hit you up here in a bit because I want to go over the details of when we can stream together. I think it'd be super cool. And yeah, everyone, thank you so much. Have a good one.